infection rates plummet down. Case volume goes up. The preference cards that the doctors use, the surgeons use for what they need, they get everything they need every time. It's going to encourage them to do more surgeries at your facility. More revenue to the facility, higher budgets. Higher budgets, higher pay. But it starts with you having the thought of, when I present my thing to my upline, let me include all of the organizations that could be affected within our organization. So the key takeaway from this is that senior leaders are looking for business-minded managers who understand profitability, efficiency, and strategic impact. If you are a team lead and you're not thinking about the decisions that you're making in your shift for your team, and you're not communicating with the next team lead on the next shift because you want your team to look better than their team, you're hurting everybody. Supervisors, hey, man, that ain't my shift. They got to get it figured out. Can I tell you something? It is your shift. Once you enter leadership, everything is your shift. Once you hit leadership, everything's your shift. So the key takeaways I want you to take away from this training. 1, from this module, 1, senior leadership prioritizes initiatives that support the organization's bottom line and long-term strategy. If you cannot prove that what you're implementing is going to affect positively the organization to make your upline look good, they're not going to consider it. Can I tell you something? The key to getting a yes is getting your upline to know that you have their back and their best interest at heart. One of my favorite stories in one of my favorite books, there was this young prominent man who was supposed to become king. He had to wait 20, 30 years before he actually became appointed king. And he had to serve. There's a guy named King Saul. He had to serve King Saul even when he knew he was a better leader than King Saul. He served King Saul to the betterment of King Saul, regardless of if he felt like he was a better leader than him. Why? Because if you cannot be a great number 2, a great number 3, a great number 4, a great number 5, you will never be a great number 1. David knew, in order to truly be a great leader, I must serve even at the feeling I feel like I'm better than them. Yes, you may feel like you're better than them from the lowest level, but they have some operational things that they do better than you. So if I'm in this tit for tat position versus serving up, I'm trying to tear down. Guess what will happen when you hit the leadership? People would tear you down the same way you tore your leader down. While I'm in position, I must put my leader in position. I'm telling y'all, there's no better place to be than SIPS training. There is no better place to be than in SIPS training. While I'm waiting to be seen, I'm going to elevate my leader to get all the spotlight. Why? Because when I elevate them, the light shines on everybody. But if I'm trying to take the light, everything's going to be dark. So I would much rather the light be shining on all of us than on none of us. 2, business acumen is essential for leaders who want to move beyond managing their teams to become strategic influencers. If you truly want to be considered to sit at the table, you have to be someone who can willfully consider all options. If you're coming to the table only with your option being the option, you're not even trying to collaborate with others who may have viable reasons why they need budget too. This is what's happening inside of hospital systems. OR is coming to the table, it's my needs. Nurses coming to my needs. Physicians, my needs. CSP, my needs. EVS, my needs. You got all the vendors, my needs. Consulting companies, my needs. So when you go to a table, you at the table full of thieves, people wanting to take only for their benefit and not collective growth of everyone else. And what terrible position to be than to be a leader with great potential to truly help change this industry in your facility and to be thinking like a thief. I only want to take and not consider all people involved in what I take. If I take this budget right now, who else does it affect? And if I take the budget and I do well, does it open up for everyone else? Hey, if I get the budget, I know you're looking at this department, but hear me out. If I can get my department under control, that will free up more revenue and lower errors to create even more of a budget for that department when it is their time. When you start talking to senior leadership like that, they'll bring you to the table. But senior leadership don't bring thieves to the table. You may say, Dr. Jake, I ain't no thief. Some of y'all actions show different. Hey, Dr. Jake, I ain't never had no consulting firm talk to me like this. Well, can I tell you something? If we don't work together to make our industry a better place, can I tell you something? They will find a way to replace us with robots. We don't get it together and show them that human touch is the most necessary thing to make this work. We may not have an industry that we're talking about. And some of our stinking thinking is what ran and is what's running off some really talented, hopeful people because we cannot get out of our own way. Welcome to Healthcare Business Church. Third, this training will equip leaders to learn how to navigate corporate dynamics, present business-aligned proposals, and continue. Okay, that's key takeaway. Here's a question I want you to think about before we depart for a 15-minute break. I want you to think about an initiative you currently want to get approved. How might framing it differently using the insights from this module make it more appealing to senior leadership? Oh, I promise you, by the time we finish, you're going to know exactly how to write a proposal that will be able to get that approval. Great job, Shannon. Think about an initiative that you're currently wanting to get approved and how might maybe framing it differently using just the insights from module 1. Y'all, this is module 1. We're on the front part of the training. How might you get a different result? Okay. So we're going to put the timer on. You got 15 minutes, take a potty break. Before we go, if you all are truly receiving real value from this and you don't feel like you're wasting your time right now, can I see ones in the chat, please? If you believe that you're getting immense value, you don't feel like you're wasting your time getting this training, let me see ones in the chat. Y'all listen, in order